What did we discuss in the last class? What? Environments and config maps, secrets, and then sidecar. So did you complete it? And also I have given one project. Completed, huh? Completed? How about you online? Real URL. Online. This is just for Dinesh. This is just to put it everything in one place. There's nothing to be done with this. But with the load balancer, everything worked, and they're able to, without port also. I told you clearly here. If you want to change it to expose it with port 80 also. Fantastic. Very good. Maza while doing it. But you understand the logics? You also done? Notepad is good, right? Okay. So I was doing the same project and I listed everything what I'm doing it. So I think that went really well. And by this in the Kubernetes also you got a project where you can do the front end and then back end also. And you know how to create a config maps and how to set up the database URL, DB URL, how to call from one manifest file to another one, right? Super. Online, only Dinesh is responding. Dinesh name DNA brand. Okay, so online, other people, did you guys complete the project? No worries. Okay, people are not joined yet. Abhijit, Asma, Krishna, Kalyani, Lingareddy. Nowadays you're silent. Shams, Sanjay, Shavanti, Tarun. I haven't received Google. Why? I uploaded no entire project. Correct. Guys, I think Google Classrooms, I think management has removed the access, those who have not paid the fees. So please get in touch with your admin. Akhil only. Okay. All right, so let's move on. So that was really fun while doing yesterday's things, sidecars and all, and also the project MongoDB Express project. Service name. Endpoint. Yes. I am watching lectures from Git. That's why I'm not able to get a watching lectures from Git. Why Prajwal? Oh, from Git. Okay, from Git. Acha. But it's not related at all, no, Prajwal. So Git is completely different. So Kubernetes is different, right? So there's nothing. So just continue the classes, okay? Okay, now. So let's move on. So my cluster is already ready, right? kubectl get nodes. It's ready, and then kubectl get pods. So I don't have any pods. Are you fasting, sir? Yes. Fasting is mandatory for us. Okay, now done. We break the fast at 6:30. So that's the reason why I kept it at 7 o'clock. Huh? Yeah. Now break. So it's with fasting also I can teach. Previously I used to teach 5 batches continuously with fasting. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with the next topic. No, Dinesh. Next topic called Ingress controller. What is that? Ingress. Say that. Ingress. This topic we know already. It's similar to the load balancing only. But in AWS, if you remember, we learned about the load balancer called path-based routing. What is that? Do you remember path-based routing? Path-based routing. So path-based routing meaning what? So you have a load balancer, and in the load, if you put the load balancer by default, you'll get it to the backend application. But in the backend, you might be having multiple applications. So application 1, application 2. But if you put the load balancer / application 1, you should get one application, and if you put / at the end application 2, you should get the application 2. And how to get this path-based routing is through Ingress controller. What is that? Ingress controller. So here, when I was setting up this thing for you, so I took two things here. Application 1 as Nginx, application 2 as Apache. What is that? Nginx and Apache. So if you put load balancer / Nginx is the that's the application I took. Nginx, you'll get the Nginx page. And if you put / HTTPD, you'll get the HTTPD. So the images I'm using Nginx. Can you change the image and put your own application or not? Simple. Right? So I'm giving you the skeleton image. You can put any image so that your application will be exposed. Should we do that? So that is about the Ingress. What is that? So guys, here in order to Ingress is a service to expose what? Application. What is that? Application. But we already have the cluster IP node port load balancer. Yes or no? But let's see here what exactly this Ingress is doing about. Ingress helps to expose HTTP and HTTPS routes from outside the cluster, and it supports what? Host-based routing and what here? Path-based routing. So what is host-based routing? Path. Remember in AWS we learn host-based meaning boom.com, web.boom.com, admin.boom.com, all these things we call it as what? Host-based. Path-based meaning boom.com/hello, boom./admin, Paytm/movies, Paytm/recharge. Yes or no? If you go to Paytm also, what do you have? Let me give a real example here. Okay. Paytm karo, right? So let's go to Paytm. And if you go to recharge, what is here? Real application. Paytm/recharge. Paytm/movies. Paytm/ let's go for movie. Huh? I don't watch movies. Okay, so like this for everything there is a separate service or not? So for recharge there is a separate service, right? For for loans there is a separate service, right? For credit card person everything is a separate service or not? If you take /flight and what you get /flights. So what are these called? These are called path-based routing. What's that? Path-based. It is path-based routing, not path-based routing. What's that? Path-based routing. Yeah. What is that? I want a GitHub and GitHub location. What is the GitHub location? GitHub. What is the GitHub location? Huh? Git repo. Both are same, no? Okay. So yeah, GitHub location meaning if anyone is asking for your repo, that means we create repositories in GitHub. No, if he's asking for what is the location that you have, which repository location, then you should say the GitHub location. Yeah. Yeah, so let's concentrate this here first. Okay, so for this, what we need to do is there is a command called kubectl get ing. Say that kubectl get ing. So what does it do? It will list the current ingress. So kubectl get ing. Do we have any INGs here? Did we create any ingress controllers here? No. So in order to do that, first we need to install this nginx ingress controller or not. So first we need to install this nginx controllers. So for that, here we have the kubectl apply, and then by default you get it. If you go to internet and search for it, you will get the this deploy.yml. You take it and then install it. Nginx. Right. So I created which one here? Ingress nginx, because the path-based routing I'm doing through what? Nginx. Okay. So what we did here, first we install the nginx. Okay. So let's see here. kubectl get pods. Do you have any pods running? kubectl get deploy. Do you have any deployments? kubectl get service. So there's a by default one service running, which is cluster IP, and kubectl get IP.
This meeting is being recorded.
Nginx. Two applications I have. One first application is what? Nginx, and second application is Apache. But I want to do this through path-based routing. What is that? Through path-based routing. So for that, first of all, we need to set up these two applications or not? What are the two applications we are using here? One is Nginx, another one is Apache meaning here HTTP. Should we go and set it up these two? For that, we need to have two manifest files or not? So Dinesh, I already said this. Main usage meaning what? I just showed you the best example. Yeah, where were you? Paytm example I gave, if you have the Paytm and see Paytm, and then if you go and click on movie tickets, so it is creating a separate path-based routing or not, /movies. That meaning it is a separate service. It is a separate application. So this Paytm is not a whole one single application. It is running on microservice. So your flights, movies, right? Everything is separate microservices or not. But everyone is using same URL. But at the end they are putting what? /application name. And then it is going to this. So they are having the backend movies deployment. They have flight deployment. They have insurance. They have loan deployment. How we are using HDFC? Internet banking deployment, mobile banking deployment, insurance banking. Similarly, same thing here in real time also they'll be using it. But if you have this kind of different deployments, and how do you access from outside? You have the load balancer. Load balancer, you need to put / and then application name. So how we have here movies and the flights. Similarly, I'm taking an example of two applications. One is Nginx, another one is HTTP. Say that Nginx and HTTP. So for that, we need to set up a deployment or not? Okay. So the deployment is like this. I'll set up a deployment that you know very well, and also I'll expose that service or not. Okay. Let's go with what is that first one? HTTPD.yml. See this here. This one you know already. Kind of deployment. What is the name of the deployment? HTTPD. All this thing. How many replicas I'm creating here? One. So what is the container name here? What is the image I'm using? HTTPD image. Can you put your own image here? Which has an application inside it? Put it. IB trainer / IB image, you can put it, and whichever the image that you want to put it. The only thing is, so this container will host the image. Yeah. I'm in my 7:30 only, no? Guys, you're all my 7:30 people only, right? Okay. Yeah, because I got a notification that that 7:30 meeting got started. It's the same meeting, no? Yeah. Fine. So, and then what is the environment? So the name title value is what? Apache application 2 or 1. You just give any name is fine. Okay, so this is the deployment we'll create. What is the deployment name? HTTPD. And this deployment we need to expose it or not? We need to create a service. So what's the kind here I'm using here? Service. And what's the type I'm using? Cluster IP. I'm not exposing outside directly my application. I will be exposing through Ingress. I'll be exposing to what? Ingress. My application is internal only, but I'll be exposing to with Ingress. That meaning Ingress will create a load balancer for us. Ingress will create a load balancer for us. And Ingress has a capacity that if you put /nginx, it will go to the nginx. If you put /httpd, it will come to this HTTPD application. Understood? Okay. So what's the service port number here? 80. Understood this one? So similarly, I need to create which one? Nginx. Which one? Nginx.yml. Same thing. Nginx. We have saved a lot of time. Otherwise, I need to keep on writing this every day. As you accepted that, sir, you copy paste it, no problem. So it saved a lot of time. Otherwise, just to write this, it will take for me 15-20 minutes, all these things, correct? Yeah. So see here, what's the deployment name? Nginx. Replicas 1. So app Nginx, everything. Here, I'm going for the Nginx. And then I'm exposing once I'm creating a service for Nginx cluster IP. Same? Okay. So now, first of all, we need to deploy these two things or not? So we need to deploy these two things. Tell me how to deploy. kubectl, create, -f, which one? HTTPD, and then Nginx. So it created a deployment and also it created what? Service. Deployment meaning the pods it has. On top of it, what we have? Service. On top of it, now we will create what? Ingress. On top of it, what we create on here? Ingress. So if this is given is here, so we have the pods. How many pods we created now? 2 pods, right? This is what application? HTTPD, and this is what application? Nginx. And these two are exposed, and on top of it, what we have here? Service. What we have here? Service we created, right? So it is created internally or not? So cluster IP we have used. What is that here? Cluster. On top of it, what I'm creating here? Ingress. What is that? Ingress control. Okay. Acha. Hey, you boy. So I just wrote services, you have it. Okay. So let's go forward. Ingress. Okay. Which service is this? HTTPD. And this one is Nginx. Yes or no? Can you tell me the command to list the deployments? kubectl get deploy. So we have HTTPD and then Nginx. So these are the 2 pods that we have that deployments has created. This pod and this is pod. Okay now. And can you tell me the services to list the service kubectl? Kubectl get. Yes, we see. So we have here HTTPD and then Nginx having what here? cluster IP, and it is having a port called 80. So the services are running on which port number? 8. So these two are two different things or not? These two are two different services. These are two different applications. But what I need to have? I need to have only one name. Boom.com. Is that? Boom.com. So boom.com is the application that I have. But if I go and hit the slash, which one here? HTTPD. If someone using HTTPD and other guys are using what? Nginx. Both are two different applications or not? If someone hit it, so they both will come to whom? They both will come to Ingress controllers. They both come here. And this Ingress controller has a mechanism to find out that what is the after slash, what is they are putting here at the end of the URL. So Nginx controller, we will be creating one more manifest file. We'll deploy this Nginx controller also. Once you deploy it, in that there, what code will be there? Now is the time to show you the code. So guys, don't worry about the entire thing. You can copy paste this code. No need to remember this at all. Okay. So vi, what is that? Ingress.yml. Okay, see. So what's the kind I'm using here? Ingress. What's the name? It's Ingress. This annotation, just ignore it. So what it is saying here? It is saying that SSL redirect is false. What's that? SSL redirect. SSL redirect meaning, remember, if someone is typing HTTP, automatically it will convert to HTTPS, right? That option I'm not giving. I'm making it as what? False. So for this, each and every thing I have mentioned here. What is this here? Next one is use regex. Regex meaning regular expressions. What's that? Regular expression meaning I'm writing some expressions here. So I'm just enabling that as true. What's that? True. And then what is it here? Last one is rewrite target. What's that? So it rewrites the match URI to the specific target. So if someone is hitting here boom.com/httpd. So that's a redirection or not? So that redirection will be happened here that I'm saying is true. So now come here. So what is the Nginx class name I'm giving here? Nginx rules. See here, what is this here? Path. What is it here? If someone is coming with /Nginx, say that. If someone is coming with what? /Nginx, what is the service I'm giving here? Service name. How many services we created? 2. What are those 2 services? One is Nginx, another one is HTTPD. So if anyone is coming with /Nginx, it is redirected to which service? Nginx. On which port number? 80. Similarly, if anyone is coming with /HTTPD, it is redirected to which service? HTTPD. So this thing, and if anyone is coming with just only slash, no one is, they're not putting anything, then by default it is still going to Nginx, but if you want, you can give another service also for this. Similar good example is Paytm example. If you're just typing paytm.com, this is the one service or not? This is a default service. And if someone is putting a Paytm/movies, and this is another service or not? And if someone is putting Paytm/recharge, is another service or not? Similar real-time example I'm taking here. But here I'm using which Nginx controller, which Ingress controller? Nginx Ingress controller. Which one? Nginx. Understood? So this one, you don't need to worry about this entire code. So by default, it is available anywhere. You just go to ChatGPT or Google and just type what if you want Nginx. Because I told you, in Linux we have learned Nginx, right? Nginx, I told you how to set up web server, how to set up reverse proxy, how to set up load balancer. Nginx will do 3 things. What are the 3 things? Web server, load balancer, reverse proxy. I set up this web server also. I set up the reverse proxy also. In Docker, I have set up what? Load balancer also. And what is this doing? What is it doing? It's kind of reverse proxy only. What's that? So it is just doing the path-based routing. What is it here? So Nginx has the capacity to do all these kind of rewrites. All these rewrites. So you just need to tell, you just need to change your name here, whatever the application name. If you put /movies, and here movies service should be there. And what the movie service has? Movies deployment will be there. And what does the movies deployment contain? Pods. What does the pod contain? Movie application. You understand the route? If you are putting here /movies, okay, this is /movies. What you are putting? /movies. If you are putting /movies, it will come to the Ingress controller. In Ingress controller, what did you mention? You mentioned that it needs to go to which service? Movie service. Or else it needs to go to recharge service. And the movie service has already a deployment here. And what does the deployment contain? Pods. What does the pod contain? Movie application. So if you want to do these things, then you need to use this Ingress controller. Now what we do? Should we go and set this up? Create. kubectl, create -f. Which one? Ingress. So how many manifest files we created now? 3. What are those? One is HTTPD, another one is Nginx application, another one is Ingress. So what's the command to list the Ingress? kubectl get ing. So did it give any external address here? No. So we need to wait few seconds, and then you will get here load balancer automatically. Now it's creating load balancer in the backend. Let's wait. Do you see this now? Do you see the load balancer here? Who created? Our Ingress controller has created. So now, if I use this load balancer and I hit it, you tell me which one I'll get. Which one I'll get? Which one I'll get? If I put, so guys, I have 3 rewrites there in Nginx controller, right? In Nginx, we have done 3 rewrites. One is /Nginx, another one is /HTTPD, another one is only slash. Only slash is going to where? Routing to Nginx. So if I put my load balancer, I'll get what? Nginx. If I put /HTTPD, HTTPD. If I put /Nginx, Nginx will get. Should we test it? Take this. Go here. What do you got here? Nginx. Okay. If you put slash, which one? Another path. HTTPD. What it says? It works. And if you put here /Nginx, you got Nginx? Similar to my Paytm or not? So this is the nasty URL load balancer. What do you do? Make a where? Route 53. Boom.com/Nginx will come. If I purchase a domain called boompay.com, I'll get also boompay/ all batch. I'll put 7:30 batch, right? 9 AM batch, evening 5:30 batch. I can create a separate service and deployments or not? You understand how we are deploying applications on Kubernetes? Guys, I'm telling you, if you take all these things, my manifest files, what I have set up, you can easily set up applications in real time. Yes or no? Easily you can set it up. No need to do any kind of exploration, investigation. So everything error-free code I have done it for you. Okay. We need to go to AWS Management Makeup, right? Where we go? Route 53. Now we need to go to Route 53 and do the makeup for this load balancer. So if you go to instances, if you go to the load balancer, you might have got a load balancer created here. This load balancer. Clear enough? Online is clear. Ingress. Which one? Yeah, that is also there, and there's so multiple services are there for Ingress controllers. Online clear, please, and let's delete it. Comment, guys. Okay, kubectl, and then delete -f. Which one? HTTPD, and then we delete what? Nginx, and we delete what? Which one? Ingress. Okay, so there is also kubectl get ing. It's gone. Okay. All I know. Can I get CC till here, please? So that is on the Ingress. Super. Now let's go to the another topic called pod scheduling. What's that? So we already learned a little bit on the scheduling before while creating the jobs. Remember, we created the jobs and then we created the cron jobs for it, and then we created a lot of things and how to schedule, and we have done a lot of things. But here, this is also a part of that, but a little bit different. This is actually for a fresher not required, but for experienced people, this might be required. As a fresher, you'll not be using this at all. But it is good to know all these new topics for you, right? So what is the concept here? Pod scheduling. So let's say, for example, pod scheduling. How do I tell you is clearly in this building, rooms are there or not? Why are you coming to only this room? Huh? Yes. So this room is allocated to you. It's clearly wrote on the bottom in the board, right? DevOps 202. Yes or no? So this room has been selected for this DevOps course. Yes or no? So similarly, you're all pods. What? You're all pods. So when I create a pod, so for this room, I'll put a label. What I'll put? So we'll put a label saying that DevOps class, DevOps label. So for all of you, all these things, guys, all of you people as a pods, if I say that, hey, go to DevOps room, will you go to this room? Will you go to other room? 202 or 201? 20? Will you go to 201? Go. Hey pods, go. Hey pods, go. Yes or no? Will not go. That is the concept called node selector. Say that. Node selector. Say that. Node selector. So similarly, how I told you a room here. Similarly, in cluster we have the worker node. What we have? Worker node. So for that worker node, I label it. I label a thing called something. Some you can give any label. Labels like the node 1 or internet banking node or mobile banking node or movies node or recharge node. Right? Only recharge pods should come and fall on that node. Only on movies pods should go on another node. Now movies pods will come to recharge node. Not good, right? So if you want to bifurcate, if you want to separate like this, so can we schedule? We'll tell to the Kubernetes kubelet saying that, sorry, not scheduler. We'll tell to the scheduler, I'm putting a label for this node, and whoever is coming with this label, all these pods need to be created only inside that worker node which has that label. If it is not mentioned, don't create it. Or if you mention some other node, don't use that worker node only for that label, having that label, only pods that should be there inside it. Otherwise, no. What is this concept called? Node selector. Say that. Is mandatory or not? Let's say, for example, two nodes are there. Node 1, node 2. Say that. Node 1, node 2. So in my node selector in the YAML file, in the manifest file, I have mentioned that hey, pods go to node 3. Will the pods will create? Will the pods will create? Answer is no. It is mandatory that it should have the labels or not, proper label. That is node selector required. Next topic we have something called node affinity. Say that. Say that again. Node affinity. Node affinity having two things. One is preferred, another one is required. Say that. Preferred, required. In node affinity, we have two things. What are the two things? Preferred and required. The previous one was node selector. Node selector is done. If the node has this label, go to that. Otherwise, don't go. Simple as that. Coming to the node affinity concept, in node affinity again you have two types. What are those? One is preferred, another one is required. So required meaning same concept node selector will come here. That meaning if whoever has this label, it is required to go to that node only. Otherwise, don't. Strictly hard, very hard. Another one is what? Preferred. So we are telling to the scheduler, maximum use this label. If you have this label, then only pods need to be created. But if you use preferred concept, no. If that label is not there also, okay, go and create it in another node. Chalega type is preferred. Nahi chalega. Rukega nahi sala. Which one? Required, and then node selector. Node selector in node affinity required. Both are same, right? So then it's okay by no problem. Then go for preferred. Got the point? So what are the topics we have learned here now? So node selector, node affinity, node selector, and then and then another one we call it as taints and tolerance. Say that. Taints and tolerance. Say that one more time. Taints and all these concepts are same only, but you have different things. Little bit difference will be there. Node affinity, you can write nice expressions. If the label is equal to or in not equal to, these kind of operators you can do it in the node affinities. Taints and tolerance also same thing. You will just putting a dabba label to one node saying that this is label name that for the node label is this, and then in the pods we'll mention the tolerance. In the tolerance, if you mention wherever the node has this label, go into that. Otherwise, don't go. That is called what? Taints and tolerance. Concepts are similar, but you have a little bit different, slightly differences, and we have a little bit flexibility. Which one? Flexibility. So out of these three, taints and tolerance is the old mechanism. Taints and tolerance is the old mechanism. Node selector, and which one is the best? Node affinity. Which one is best? Node affinity. So node affinity is the latest thing that people are using it. So now you have learned three things here. What are those three things? Node selector, next one, node affinity, and next one, taints and tolerance. Online, can you please put these three things in the chat? Yes, we are telling the pod direction to go. Kalyani, correct. Who is the traffic controller here? Scheduler. Who is that? Scheduler. Online, put in the chat. Number one, node selector. Say that. Name itself is saying it. Node selector. Node select it. You select it based on the label. So node affinity. Node affinity has again two things. What are those? Preferred and required. Required meaning it's mandatory or not. Preferred meaning chalega. Maximum will try to find out that label. If the label is not there, pods will get created in the another node. And last one is what? Taints and tolerance. So I tell you one small thing. Does the pod schedules in the master node? because it has a thing saying that no schedule. No schedule. Should we go check it? That's the reason why scheduler will check the labels. But the master node by default one takes the taint. No schedule taint is there already. So that's the reason why Kubernetes, this kube scheduler will never go and schedule the pod. Like this, can you taint any worker node also or not? You can taint any worker node and then ask them, don't schedule me taint, schedules will be helpful for kind of upgrades. If you're doing maintenance upgrades, what we can do? We can tell the node that, hey, scheduler, do not schedule any pods on the particular node. I'm taking the maintenance. So taint it as no schedule. We have preferred schedule. We have something called no execute. No execute is very dangerous. Don't use it. No execute, your pods will not run at all. Everything is related to what you. Let's go one by one. Sorry. But you understand the whole concept here, guys? Online. See here. Online. So what is the first thing that we have, Nana? Say with me. Node selector. Next one is node affinity. Next one is taints and tolerance. So I've given a clear explanation here. See here. Read with me. Node selector is the simplest form of node selection constraint, allowing pod to be scheduled only on node with a specific labels. How we have this room is allocated for me in DevOps. So you all directly come here. You're not going somewhere else, right? So this is selected for me. So here there is a label called DevOps label or DNA label, right? That directly you can come here. Let's say node select. So now tell me. See here. This is a manifest file I'm writing it. But I'll show you a little bit ulta now. In real time, what happens is people will create the manifest files and then they will run it. And then pods will not schedule. Pods will not schedule. Schedule meaning create. Pods will not create. Why? Because there is no labels for it. I'll show you now indirectly. First, I'll show you. I'll reproduce the error and I'll show you how to fix that error. Because so that you will see the logs and you'll see how to troubleshoot everything. You'll get it here. Okay. Okay. See here now. So first one is which one? Anna? Node selector. Our common manifest file. We'll take it. Okay. Vi. Which one? Node selector.yml. Okay. There is one small difference here. Can you find out where it is? One small difference, I put it here. Did you found that? Sorry, that was a mistake. Now you found it. Which one is that? Node selector. I think you guys will also will do the same mistake. I forgot to put colon there. Here, node selector. So here in the specification, I'm telling how many pods is getting, how many containers is getting created, how many pods are getting created here? 2. So these 2 pods are getting created, but here clearly I wrote in the spec node selector. And then what is the label I'm giving? Node name, and I call it as IB node. First of all, how many nodes are there for us? In cluster, how many are there? 2 nodes. One master, 2 worker node. Master, anyways, forget it, useless fellow. Right? And then what are the 2 things we have? Worker node 1, worker node 2. Did I give any label till now? Did I give the label to the worker nodes? What is the label here I'm giving? Node hyphen name is the key. Value is what? IB hyphen node. One node name is IB node, other one is MB node. Things like that. Did I label it till now? But directly I have mentioned in the manifest file. Will this work? Let's try. Okay. Create a kubectl, apply or create anything is fine. Apply hyphen F node selector. It's created. Kubectl get pods. In which state are those? By the time it should be running or not? It has been 14 seconds already. In real time, what people do is someone will write the manifest file, someone will execute. It's always like this. And then I wrote these manifest files. And then Subhash came up and then he executed the file. And he put his hands under the cheeks and then waiting. Okay. I did not read it. Okay, now you got the pending status. What is the first thing that you need to do? Check the logs. Okay. Tell me the command. kubectl get. Acha, okay. kubectl logs. Is the part created first of all? Then what didn't got created? No, then only logs will generate, right? Okay, good. Events. Okay, let's use kubectl get events. Forget about this before. Do we have anything here? It is 49 minutes ago. Do we have anything here? No. Exactly. Let's go and check the describe. Tell me the kubectl first to get pods. Okay, next kubectl describe which one? After here. Okay. Pods are available. One node had untolerated, taint something, and 2 node affinity or selector. It clearly shows here. 2 nodes didn't match. Pods 20, node selector, affinity position same. The only difference is flexibility. Understood? So it was that pods are getting created because there is no label for any node. So by doing pods in the managed file somewhere in the pod node affinity or node selector. Oh, he has given the node affinity node selector. So which one is that? YAML file node selector. And then you come and say, oh, he has given node selector. So node name we for these 2 worker nodes here? Answer is no. So what we need to do? IB hyphen node. Okay, now let's go and save. Once it is saved, it will show as edited. If it do have any problems in it, it will show as no change. And if I do kubectl get pods, and now it is in the running state. You understand the node selector now? Okay, now get pods hyphen o void. Can you tell me in which pod it got created? And which node? D1. Which one? D1 is the one which you have edited or not? Now when two pods are getting created in the D1, did it create it in B1, BF? Here? No. Because it doesn't have the label name there. You understand the concept? Online. Understood enough? Yes, you can edit two nodes and give the two different names. Dinesh, is it good to have the same label name for two different nodes? No, you have a separate different names. And in the manifest file, whichever the node name that you have given, the pods will go and schedule in the particular node. Understand? One more. Yeah. If you have multiple worker nodes. Online clear? Okay. So let's delete that first. So kubectl, delete. What did we? That's the reason. Node selector. What is that? Node selector. We go and delete node selector here. kubectl, delete hyphen f. Which one? Node selector. Delete IB deployment. Yes, correct, Dinesh. You understand the logic, Dinesh? These two parts are routed to the first worker node. Why it routed to the first worker node? Because we have given the label there. In the manifest file, we have given the label called node name hyphen node, and we have given the name to the first worker, routed to the first one. Did it route to the second one? Okay. That is called node selector. Okay. So I just gave everything here, how to do and everything. Now let's go to which one here? Node Affinity. Say that now. Node Affinity. What you need to have in your mouth? What is that name? Node Affinity. So node Affinity is a more expressive way to specify rules. Unlike in node selector, did I specify any expressions there? If not, if no, no, nothing. It's a directly node selector. Yes, that I told you know. Directly label है नहीं बस. Okay, so but your node Affinity is not like that. It is like me, humble. It's okay. Okay, so that's how my stuff will be there. But yeah, so node Affinity has two things. I told you, one is preferred, another one is required. Required meaning what? Must happen. It should must happen. Same like a node selector. Another one is preferred meaning what if happens. What if happens. Otherwise, okay. But you go and schedule it on another worker. It's okay, no problem. That is preferred and then required. So in this node Affinity syntax supports in operators. What are the operators here? In, not in, exist, does not exist, greater than, less than. All these things will be there in the node Affinity. But do we have in the node selector? No. That's the difference between node selector and node Affinity. Okay. So here, how much depth I've given? See, I will create one manifest file for what? Node Affinity preferred, and we'll have for the required also. Let's see. Required, I don't know whether I put it or not. Required also I put it. So here, let's go preferred. Guys, do not worry about the code inside this. No, you don't need to worry that at all. Okay. VI, which one is that? Preferred.yml. Okay. On the top, everything is fine. Everything is old one. Deployments, blah blah blah. So come down and try to see something from here. Affinity. Try to read it. Try to understand it. How many replicas? Only one. See it. You understand something here? Huh? See here. Affinity. Say that. Under that we have what? Node Affinity. Inside that, which one I'm using? Preferred or required? Preferred. Rest everything is same. Preferred during scheduling, ignore during execution. The syntax will be the same. If it is required, it will be here required. Forget about wait, it is a preference and weightage. And preference is what here? Match expressions. What is that? Key is equal to which one? Node name, operator in. Which one here? MB hyphen node. But our node has what? IB hyphen node. But I'm putting here what? MB node. Now if I run this, you tell me pod will create or not. I can see virtually your brains are flashing from your heads. Tell me. Online, tell me, node will get created or not? Let's go with the logics. I'm using node Affinity, yes or no? Inside that, I'm using preferred or required. Preferred. Preferred meaning what? It's okay. It's okay meaning, will it take it seriously? Will it take it seriously? That means what will create or not? That's the logic. So it is clearly we are putting node name as MB node. First, this will go and check. Hey, MB node, are you there anywhere? No, worker node will respond. One worker node will be able to see, but that is MB IB. Which one is that? Another one, no label at all. It is just keeping quiet. That's it. But our scheduler is the guy who is shouting. Scheduler is shouting, hey, anyone is MB node? No one responding. Chalo, hey pod, you go whichever wherever you like. That is called preferred. That's called what? Should we go and check it now? Yeah. Save it. Tell me. kubectl apply hyphen F. Which one? Preferred. So kubectl get pods. What got created now? So let it create. Running up. Okay. So hyphen O. You're interested now, huh? Where it created? In the D1. In where? In IB node. It created in where? Actually, we have given MB node, but it created in IB node. That is preferred. First, it will check is there or not. Otherwise, what scheduler will go in. Whichever you want, you just go in and I'm putting it in. Go and enjoy. Understand? Okay. Now, if I let's delete it first of all. Command kubectl delete hyphen F preferred. Now, if I do VI preferred, now here I put here which one? IB. Which one here? Now tell me where it will go now. It will go directly into that IB node or not. So it should go with the DF or not. Let's do kubectl Apply. Very good. D1 because it is matched or not? Mismatch. You understand the preferred? Let's go with that. Jukagan is salad. Which one? Required? Okay, let's delete this first. Okay. So if you go to the required, the only thing here is change. Yes, here both nodes are same. Yes, you are missing the Dinesh logic. So what is the preferred meaning? It will try to match the label. If it matches, directly it will go there. If it doesn't matches, it will pick up anything. That anything can be anything. Yes or no? I have two nodes. One node I have given IB node, but in manifest file I have given MB node, and that is preferred. I ran it. Now scheduler will go check. Hey, MB node, are you there? No one responded. Then the scheduler go and put it in whichever node it like, and just put it in the IB node. It can also put it in another node also not. It's up to the scheduler. Yes or no? Okay, so let's go with here required. Dinesh, understood? PI, what is that? Required dot. And what it has? What node name? Huh? What node name it has? MB node? Do we have MB node? And what I mentioned here? What will create a? What will create a? Logically, it should not create. Right? Logically, it's not create. It will be in the pending state. Let's see. So kubectl apply -f required. kubectl get pause -o right. Our scheduler has assigned anywhere. Any node, any nominated node here, any node here, none. Why? That is required, meaning if it has matching label, then only it will go. Otherwise, it will not go. Understand the clear differences? Node selector, node affinity, preferred, and then required. Right? This is how you need to tell in interviews also. If they ask about the differences clearly, but don't tell okay. But if you tell also, it is really funny. He'll understand, right? That much depth concept you have, right? Nice. So let's go and delete it. kubectl. But if I go and edit IB, you can label it the other node as IB node, and this will go there. Obviously, this will go there. Okay. Which scenario we will go for in project in real time or this concept? Let's say, for example, you have movies. You have movie spots, manifest files. Everything related to the movies, I want to go to the one node. Can we use which one I need to use in this case? Required. Or go with the node selector. Node select is the old one, or else go with the node affinity. Any node affinity, which one you go for? Required. All the movies I want, my group it. Particular application, you can group it or not? You can group it. That is one thing. And then you can also mention that machine learning ML applications need to go to that particular worker node because that very worker node has a lot of memory and CPU. Can I rewrite them there? Yes or no? So like this in real time, we'll go. Okay, Dinesh. Okay. So what's the last one here? What's that? Taints. Okay. What's that? Taints and tolerance. I think you should speak up louder. I cannot hear. Taints and tolerance. Okay, so I'll give the same example here. Taints and tolerance is the old method. People now also it's okay, can use it, but I've given one small example here. Is it possible two nodes can have the same label name? Yes, you can have, no issues. Okay. So in Kubernetes, taints and tolerance work together to control the scheduling of pods onto nodes. Taints are applied to whom? Nodes. And then this tolerance will be created inside the pods. Taints should be applied on nodes. Tolerance will be inside the pods. Remember, taints for nodes, tolerance for pods. So what I do is, example scenario I gave this, dedicated nodes for specific workloads. All machine learning applications or mainframes or any particular separate category. Can I taint it to one node? Taint is not even label only. Taint is old method, node affinity is a new method. Concepts are same. Right? Taint is like a label. So whenever there is a label, you go into it. Whenever there is no label, don't go it. It will not schedule it. Simple as that. Schedule, don't schedule it. So taints mostly will use for no schedule. You can use no schedule, or if you want to schedule, give a nice taint name. Okay. So for example, our so-called master guy, which one? Master. Why pods are not creating in the master? It has a taint. It has what? It has a taint. Should I show you? That's the reason why the boss is not taking the pods. Or scheduler, in the starting creating at the cluster time also, I think this master node has given bribe to scheduler. Hey scheduler, pods. Yes or no? Then scheduler will put one small match fixing will happen. No? So taint, one small taint. Then cube scheduler will never go because there is taint. If I remove the taint, it's like a master. Right? Okay, see here. Now what's the command to edit the node? So first of all, get the nodes. kubectl, get nodes. Okay, kubectl, edit. Which one? First one, master node. So I need to put a node name, right? Node. And then if you go here, do you see this? What is the effect? That is the reason why in the master node, pods are not scheduling. This is an interview question. So in interview they'll ask, does the pods are scheduled on the master node or not? You'll say clearly no. What is the reason? Then you should say it has a taint effect. What is the effect? No schedule. Whenever you put no schedule, our scheduler will never run the pod onto that particular node. So here in the master node we have here, but in the worker node also, if I taint it saying that effect no schedule, will the scheduler will create any pod into that? No. Then I can do my maintenance upgrade activities there on that node or not? Then I remove the taint, and then scheduler will start putting the pods there. Got it? Understand the taints? Online is clear now, the taint. Okay, so now let's do one thing. I've given an example saying that GPU nodes, high GPU resource, that meaning high level nodes, powerful nodes. So what I do is assume that my worker node one is GPU node. Which one? GPU node. See, first taint the what Dinesh? What happened? Please open one worker node. Taints we will see. You open. You can open yourself while doing the practicals, right? Edit node. Do you have any taint? Do you have any taint here in this node? Answer is no. We don't have any taint here. Okay. We will taint it now. We'll taint it now. See here. So first taint the GPU node. GPU node meaning I'm just giving example as what GPU. That meaning high level node. Okay. To repel force that do not require GPU resources. That meaning here kubectl get nodes, and then I'm tainting one node saying that hardware is equal to what? This name can be anything. Key value name can be anything. So I'm giving a key as what? Hardware, and then value as GPU, and saying here no schedule. Yes or no? But any deployment. Okay. Now see here. Did I put any taint here? Did I put any tolerance here? So if I put any tolerance, if I don't put any tolerance here, can you tell me, will my pods will go here? Answer is no. It clearly says no schedule. Guys, if any manifest file doesn't have any tolerance, then it will not schedule. But if you create a tolerance called hardware is equal to GPU, then it will come and sit here in this node. What's the point? What's the point? Should we do it now? I'll show you practically. See. So first let's get the nodes. kubectl get nodes. So let's first taint it. You choose it, which one you want to taint. First or second? Okay, let's go. Command kubectl taint nodes. Which one? You want this here? So go here, and then what's the key you're giving? Hardware value is GPU. Sorry. GPU. And what's the effect you're saying? No schedule. No schedule meaning strictly it will not schedule there. Taint it up. So now, Dinesh, you can go and edit now and see in that node the taint will be there or not. Let's see. kubectl edit node. Which one? This node. We come down. It went up. Taint. You see this here? Taint effect is no schedule. What's the key value I'm giving? Hardware and then GPU. So any pod which is coming with this key value, then only he will come here. Otherwise, this node will not accept any pod without these labels. Okay, Dinesh? Okay. So now let's go and do one small deployment tester. So, okay. So let's go and do we have any deploy here? Okay. So I call it as a vi taint, taint.yaml. Our normal plain deployment. Do we have any tolerance here? Taints will be done for the nodes. Tolerance for the pods. Do we have anything here? Now let's run kubectl. What's that? Create -f taints. Now get pods. What is running? This pod is running. Now tell me this pod will be running on which node? D1 na BFA. Logically yes or not? Let's do. Understood? Because we have not given any the tolerance. Got the point? Online, you got the point? So if I go and add the tolerance now, so should we go and delete it first? kubectl delete -f, which one? Taint. So kubectl, should I clear so that you can see? kubectl get pods okay, pods terminate. So now, meanwhile, what I do? I'll add the tolerance now. So this is the tolerance I need to add. So this is the tolerance I need to add. Vi taints. So I'll remove this entire thing and then paste it. See the tolerance in the bottom. Understood? It's matching now. So this pod will create it where? D1 or BF? D1 BF. BF. Should we do it? Because it is matching the tolerance or not? Okay. So kubectl create -f. Okay. So now get pods. Okay. You should create it on BF, right? Names are matching. So we taint it, right? So we added the nice hardware, GPU, right? Yeah. Hardware, GPU. So actually it should come up. There is no logic behind this. For somewhere we are doing a mistake. kubectl edit node. Which one? This BF, right? Effect hardware, GPU. We have the thing. Sometimes it caches also. Oops. Did I put capital error? No, hardware is GPU. Correct only. kubectl apply -f and then paint. So kubectl. So get pods. White. So it's going to DF only, D1 only. There is nothing here in the events. There will not be. Everything is MB deployment not counter. Which is not. What's the command? Describe command. So effect should be. It has 3 effects basically. It has 3 effects for taints and tolerance. Karthik, check what are those 3 effects? Somewhere I wrote, right? One is preferred schedule, right? So I saw this happening multiple times, but that's fine. So you try to do it. Let's see if you are getting that things. Otherwise, we'll try to find out. Okay. But you all understood the concept online? Something somewhere, some space, something will be there. You try to do it nicely and see whether you are able to schedule it on the particular work or not. Online is clear till here. So here, remember, this taints and tolerance has 3 fields. One is yeah, it will work. One is no schedule. Another one is preferred schedule. Another one is no execute. If you have put in this preferred schedule, then it will go to the any of the worker node. But if you put here no schedule, so if the label matches, then directly go and put it into that worker node. There is nothing else technical. Logically, it should go and put it inside it. Okay, fine. Try to do it. If not, we will check it again. Online is clear till here on the scheduling parts. Can I get CC clear till here, everyone, please? Okay. So now let's go to the another interesting topic. Helm. What's that? Helm. So online put in the chat. What is the topic? Helm. So what is the package manager for Red Hat? Yum. Which one? Yum. What is the package manager for Ubuntu? APT. What is the package manager for Kubernetes? Helm. Which one? Helm is nothing but it is just a package manager for the Kubernetes. So using Helm, we can deploy, we can install, we can deploy the applications using this Helm. It's just like a package manager. How you are installing yum install -y nginx, yum install y something like this. Similarly for Kubernetes, we have the package manager called Helm. We have. We didn't remove that. So kubectl edit node which one df d1, right? So we have labeled, yeah, we have this right. Okay, and then we deployed kubectl create -m. Which one is that? Taint. So kubectl get pods -o white and still on d1. It is supposed to be on d1 or b1 vf. It was supposed to be on vf, right? Somewhere it is caching here. I saw this when I was doing this. Just check it once. Okay. Let's do one thing. Get taint. So hardware GPU no schedule, right? So there are get nodes. So here kubectl edit node. So BF. So BF has the taint, right? So let's remove it. Okay. So now if I run, does it create the pods? Yes or no? There are no taints. If you put the tolerance, nothing should happen, right? Yeah. But put it in D1. There is no logic there, Dinesh. If I put it in. Okay. Let's do one thing. There might be space issues, right? Okay. Like this. Okay. So do we have any taints now? We don't have any taint, right? So let's put it in the D1. Let's see. Because get nodes, right? And then I'll put it in D1. Tainted. There might be a chance that here I might have done some mistake, right? Okay, now it is tainted. So if I kubectl, what's that? Create -f, which one? Taint. It's already deployment app is already existing. Okay, so what I do here first, create -taints, and then I'll create the taint. So kubectl get pods -o wide. So when we say no schedule, so that means we'll not schedule there. Huh? No. So why? So I tainted to which one here now? Get pods. It is BF. Where did I tainted? D1. So it should match, it should go there, right? So when it says no schedule, then it will not match and then go to the second one. Okay, done. Okay, leave it. Don't bang your heads on it. Okay, so let's do one thing. What you do is you try to play with it. when you're doing it. Okay, and let me know once. No, schedule is not there. There is no, what do you call, kubectl delete hyphen f taints. So vi taints. Guys, there will not be any schedule. The effect is only here. There, no, this is not good. This is not correct because there is no effect called schedule. We have only three things, three effects. One is schedule, another one is preferred schedule, another one is no execute. So we need to put only these two. Guys, you try to do all these things. Okay, let's move on. So we'll get back on this. Don't worry. You try to do it. So, but you understand the concept. Whenever it is tainted, it will go there. Otherwise, it will not go. Simple as that. Okay. So, as we have the cluster running, I want to teach you one thing. Okay, guys, please concentrate this concept. Helm concept. What is that? Helm. So Helm is a package manager. Say that Helm is a package manager. So if you want to install anything, so we can use this Helm in the Kubernetes to install, deploy the packages or applications. So here we have something called charts. Say that. Charts. What we have here? Charts. Charts is the collection of manifest files. What is that? Charts is the collection of manifest files. So we use Helm. So we use Helm, and then so we use charts to deploy or install any application. Helm charts. Charts has manifest files. So if you want to install anything, we need to have charts. If you want to deploy, we need to have charts. And what are the chart contains? Manifest files. Okay. So in this Helm, written in Go programming language, you don't have to worry about that, right? And then what we have is Helm repository. How we have a Docker Hub. So like this, we have something called Helm repository. Say that. We have Helm repository. So if you go here and then type Helm repository, so you'll see that this artifact hub is there. No, this is the repository. So you can search the package. For example, so today now I'll be going and teaching you something called ArgoCD. What is that? Say that. ArgoCD. CD meaning continuous deployment. So here, what is the continuous deployment tool that we used before? Jenkins, no? So Jenkins, we use Jenkins in order to deploy continuously to the resources, wherever it is, in Docker, in EC2, wherever it is. So which is the best tool to do this continuous deployment in Kubernetes? So Jenkins is not the recommended one to use for the Kubernetes. So for this Kubernetes, separately, there is a tool called ArgoCD for the continuous deployments. ArgoCD, say that. Online put in the chat, ArgoCD. And then this is the ArgoCD is a tool or not? So we need to install that ArgoCD in our Kubernetes, and I'll be using Helm to install this ArgoCD now. Understood? So you need to remember all the steps here. Those steps I put it here clearly. What we need to first, let's go one by one and do it. Okay? See, it's very easy. Yeah. First of all, we need to install the Helm or not? What we need to first, we need to install the Helm. Do you see this here? So we have here in GitHub. So let's get that Helm here. Okay. And then do you see this here? Get helm.sh, this script. So we need to run this script or not? Before that, we need to give the permissions. chmod. How much you're giving? 700. You're giving the permissions. And then you are executing the shell. Okay. And if you do Helm-version, you will get the Helm version. Simple installation. Guys, simple installation Helm. So once you install the Helm, now let's go and install ArgoCD. What we install? ArgoCD using the Helm. Then in ArgoCD, what we have something called repository. What's that? I told you. We have Helm repository. Say that. We have the Helm repository. How we have the Docker Hub? Here also we have the Helm repository. So what we need to do is, yes, first of all, in that repository, there is something called Argo Helm. So what we are doing, we are adding that repository. What we are doing, we are adding. So in Linux also we add the repositories, no distributions. In Linux also, in Red Hat we add the repositories. Right? Similarly here also, in Helm, for the Helm, we'll add the repositories. So just take it and then add it. See, Argo has been added to your repositories. Now our Argo package is there in the repository now. So can we install it now or not? Yes. So but before that, we do here Helm repo update. So it will just update our all repositories. So successfully got an update for the Argo chart repository. ArgoCD has a chart, sir. So we use charts in order to install our this ArgoCD. So for that, and the best practice here is in real time, whenever you're installing any new tools or new applications, new tools especially, create a separate namespace for it. Which one? Do not use default namespaces. Which one? Do not use default namespace. So you need to use separately namespace for the ArgoCD. What's the command to create a namespace? kubectl create ns and then what? ArgoCD. That is what? Create namespace. And then we'll install in that namespace or not? We'll install the ArgoCD using Helm. We'll install in the particular namespace. So let it install. So after installing, you're getting everything inside the namespace. So come on, baby. No problem. Installation has been succeeded. And then, guys, kubectl get all whatever is there inside the namespace called ArgoCD. Get it. ArgoCD. So these are all the things that our ArgoCD got created automatically through Helm. What are it created so many deployments. It created so many replica sets. It created something called jobs also here. It created these many services. It created these many pods. Whatever the ArgoCD contains. If you want to deploy this manually, that's it, gun case. For that reason, we use Helm charts in order to install the ArgoCD applications. Right? Helm is not super good things. Like, if you want to deploy or install anything in the Kubernetes, so we'll use the Helm. I would say whoever is using Kubernetes, they'll be using what? Helm. So did we install it or not? After installing, what we need to do is we need to expose our ArgoCD server to the outside. We need to create a service or not? With what type we are creating? Load balancer. So if I run this command, a load balancer will be created for this ArgoCD now. See. Okay. Got created. Now you want to see the load balancer or not? So there is a command here in order to see the load balancer. So for that, you need to install something called jQuery. Say that. JQ meaning here basically it will just go and fetch the query from your information. If you have some information, it will go and just try to get the required information. Let's say we have a lot of file, a lot of JSON data or whatever data. So exactly if you mention any key there, it will go and fetch the data. So that is the jQuery. It's a small package. Let's install this package. Once you install it, and this is the command where you get the load balancer name to find out the load balancer name. So let's see here. You got the load balancer here? Guys, no sir, why you want to use JQ? I don't want to use JQ, sir. Then what you do is simply you just run the first till here only is fine. See now. If you run this, it gives the very big stuff. Out of this, how do you fetch your load balancer name? That's the reason why I installed JQ. Otherwise, go in if you have a very good eyesight. So go here and then you see the load balancer name here. So to find out from the big file, we use what here? jQuery. JQ. So guys, here we have our load balancer or not. So our ArgoCD setup is done now. Yes. So let's go ahead and then put it out here. Boom. And welcome to ArgoCD. So this ArgoCD, that you know that what is that octopus? That is a symbol for ArgoCD. So this is for let's get stuff deployed. This ArgoCD main job is only to what? Deploy. What that to what? Continuously deploy. That means CD, continuous deployment. We cannot do any integration. We can do integration a little bit, but mostly we'll use for what here? Deployment. So what's the username? So by default the username is admin. What's that? See here. So the default username is admin. So to get the password, you need to use this command to get the password. It is the password you got, and then go here, put admin and then password. Sign in. And this is your ArgoCD. Yes, it's open source. This is the ArgoCD. See here now. This ArgoCD need to deploy the application or not? This ArgoCD need to deploy the application. So ArgoCD need to what? We need to have the manifest file. How good you are in writing the manifest file and put it in GitHub. Where? So here also I have the GitHub. In our GitHub. There is a repository called AR-deploy, ArgoCD deploy. What's that here? And here I kept one small manifest file, deploy.yaml. Can you please see it and tell me this is your known thing or not? What is here? Deployment, mobile banking, and then this is this one, and then here service, and what type here? Load balancer, and also it has a notebook. And how good you are here in the writing this? Put it here. So I already have my deployment.yaml file here in my GitHub. So what we need to do is now you need to configure, you need to create a new app. What do you need to create here? New app. Let's create a new app, and then app name HDFC Bank. Okay. Project name, select the default. Sync policy. What's it here? Sync policy. Sync policy. Here I put it as automatic. That meaning whenever you do any changes in the GitHub, automatically this ArgoCD will pick it up and then deploy the new changes. That is the continuous deployment, right? Why you want Jenkins for Kubernetes? So this ArgoCD is super easy to do the deployments for your Kubernetes applications. So here select the automatic, and then here source is there. No, here I need to put what here? I need to put the GitHub URL. So go to our GitHub, get our URL here, put it here. Path / let it go into the root of this. What is the path here? / What's the path here? / And cluster URL. We have our Kubernetes cluster by default selected. And which is the namespace that we are using? Default namespace. So guys, now the deployment will happen. Now, where do you do all this deployment? In your default namespace. And where you want to do the deployment? And in this Kubernetes cluster. That's it. So now I'm canceling. You tell me what to create. Sorry, we didn't expect this. New app here. HDFC Bank. Project name. Right. Sync policy. Automatic. And then repository URL. Git. Path / cluster URL. Selected. Namespace. Default. That's it, guys. And click on here. Create. That's it. If you click on create, do you see this? Automatically got deployed or not? Guys, do you see this here? Automatically got deployed. All automatic pods getting deployed. HDFC Bank service, this one, app got created. Mobile service got created. Replica sets got created. And the pods are also running. If I go here and then do kubectl get pods, all are running. Go into the how many pods are there now? How many are there? 4 pods, right? Do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4 pods. Just in case, if I go ahead here in the deployment.yaml and if I edit it and then change this 4 to 6, okay. And if you want to change if you want image change it and then commit and see what will happen here. So sync. Last sync 2 minutes ago. So it should sync it. So it will sync automatically. We have selected the automatic, right? Sync. It will sync. If not, if you click on here, sync automatically, it will sync. Let's see. Synchronize. Now it is syncing here. Now do you see what got created? Right? So if you go and remove that, whatever the modification that you have done, everything will get automatically get modified here. Delete, update, application deployment, everything can be done through this ArgoCD. Online. Online is clear. So if you delete it, if you do the modifications, so guys, everything you can do it from here. From here also, see, if you go and can delete the part from here also, yes, you can delete it. You can delete the, you can just try to explore whatever it has. So application it has, you can modify the application if you want. So everything can be done through this ArgoCD. You can refresh it, you can delete it. Rollback. What is here? History and then rollback. So now previously, how many parts were there? 4. So if you want to roll back, just go ahead and then loading. And you see this here? Rollback. Once you click on rollback, what will happen? So auto syncs need to be disabled in order to roll back to occur. So if you click on here, okay, and then rollback will happen automatically. So that meaning it will come back to what here? How many parts again? 4 parts will come back. Clear? So now it is syncing. So it will just terminate those 2 parts. So you can do it is only for the deployments here. There's nothing much here. Okay? You understand? And please try to do this ArgoCD because in coming projects I will be deploying our Kubernetes application using ArgoCDs only. Clear? Online is this clear? Okay, online everyone clear? All right, so by this we have successfully completed Kubernetes. Labs, yeah. A lot, much deeper on Kubernetes. We don't have any topics left, right? And then I want you to do a lot of practice in this Kubernetes. And then the notepad that I have given has all the information with the descriptions inside it. So if you want to clear the interviews, if you just go through my notepad, it will be super sufficient. You don't need to go here and there. Just go through it, all those things, and then we can hit it. And tomorrow we go with what? Monitoring. It's a very one small topic. We go with what? Prometheus and Grafana. We see it's a very small topic. Yeah. So what we do is we'll just go ahead and then set up how to set up Prometheus and Grafana in this Kubernetes. We'll set up the cluster again, and then how to monitor our Kubernetes cluster used through Prometheus and Grafana. We'll see it. Okay. So after this Prometheus and Grafana, we'll go with the last tool of the course, the Terraform. Which one? Terraform. So day after tomorrow, Terraform. I want you to be ready with the developer mindset. Till now, it's different. Terraform is completely different. Okay. And this EKS, yes, we will do the project separately. Kalyani, please end it, sir. My kid is waiting for dinner. Say you disconnect this meeting and go, Kalyani. Right. Say sorry, joking. Okay. So is this clear, guys? Okay. So please complete all these practicals, and tomorrow we'll go with the Ranjan. We'll go with the Prometheus and Grafana. Okay. So can you get the final CC for today, please? When is your DevOps batch starting? So guys, there will not be any separate DevOps batch anymore. For your batch is special. For that reason, I took only DevOps. I'm not ending tomorrow. Don't worry. We still have projects. Okay. We still have projects. We'll be doing it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Can you get the final CC for today, please?